Even after visiting Hanoi countless times, I still find booking a hotel in the Old Quarter to be quite a process. So many choices that appear similar at first, and you won't know the difference in comfort, service, and atmosphere until you stay there. Hi, thanks for tuning in. My name is Thuy with Travel Eat Vietnam, and on my channel, I share travel tips and local insights. On my recent trip, I decided to stay in 5 different hotels in the Old Quarter, all under $100 a night. I'm going to take you inside each one and let you know if it's worth what I paid for. The first hotel I stayed at was La Siesta Classic Ma May. I booked the deluxe room at a rare price of $55 a night. Any other day it was $95. And it gets better. I got an upgrade to a junior suite. Wow, I am so impressed by this hotel. It feels really spacious. I mean, I have like this huge bedroom area, little sofa here, and then you got a whole walkway over there, and then the bathroom. I loved the bathroom. It was so spacious. It had a bathtub and a shower. The shower was great, had good water pressure. They've got a double basin with a lot of counter space and a few drawers. This comes in handy, especially if there's 2 people sharing a room. If I had stayed in a deluxe room, it would look like this. It's 25 square meters, and even though it's a lot smaller than the junior suite, the room is well laid out and the bed is smaller so it doesn't look cramped. I also love the big window, so the room looks bright and spacious. The bathroom is much smaller, and for this particular room, it's a bathtub with shower head. Some other rooms have just a standing shower. On the 5th floor is the Moonlight Sky Bar. What's great about this rooftop bar is that it has a 360 view of the city. You can see the historic Long Bien Bridge from here. They even have a mock-up of the bridge, which makes for a great photo souvenir. Moving on to the next hotel in a similar premium category, the Anatole Hotel is located near the St. Joseph's Cathedral. This is a very lively area, a popular hangout for young locals. This is a newly built hotel, so it's very modern, and it's one of the biggest hotels in the area with 70 rooms. The hotel lobby was quite impressive. There's a piano right in the center of the room, surrounded by ornate statues and paintings. It's very spacious, with plenty of seatings. During check-in, the staff brought a huge tray that had their welcome drink, cold towel, and a Hanoian specialty snack. It's quite the spread. I booked the deluxe room for $96 a night. It's 25 square meters with a small window. I walked into the room and wow, saw this nice personal touch on the bed. I don't know if they do this for every room, but isn't the presentation just so beautiful? Considering that this is a standard room, the bathroom is quite spacious and looks really luxurious with the stone materials. Everything looks so new and polished. And look at this counter space. I find that not many hotels allocate enough counter space and drawers in the bathroom. Turn it off and you have your privacy. So I love having like desk space to put my things because some hotels they don't have much of a desk space or just free space in general. And look at the closet. I can actually put my luggage in here. And there's plenty of space to hang up my clothes. And there's also drawers that I can put my stuff in. If you don't mind paying $15 to $30 more for additional space, you can choose to stay in the Grand Deluxe, Executive Room, or this one. It's called the Grand Executive and it's 35 square meters. This is on the 6th floor and the back side of the hotel, so it's very quiet. The setup is similar to the lower category rooms. The big difference is the bathtub. So you have a bathtub and a shower, which means the bathroom is going to be a little bit more spacious as well.
Good morning.
For relaxation, you can head up to the 10th floor where there's a sky bar and pool. It's a very nice cozy space here, and the lounging chairs look over the infinity pool with a great view of the St. Joseph's Cathedral. This is also a great spot to watch fireworks over Hoan Kim Lake. I'm staying at the Signature Hotel and Spa, and this location is on one of my favorite streets. It's called Bao Kan, and it's walking distance to Hoan Kim Lake, like a stone throws away. This is a deluxe room with a window, and it's 25 square meters. This is actually the room that I had booked, and as an Agoda VIP member, I got upgraded to a junior suite. So basically everything is the same as the junior suite in terms of room setup and decor. It's just a difference in room and window size. Let me show you the room that I actually stayed in. This room here is the junior suite, and it has a balcony, so that's why there's a lot of light in this room, which, as you know, it's one of the things that I look for when I'm looking for a hotel in Hanoi. So I was actually really surprised when I came into this room because from the outside of the hotel and in the lobby, it looks like a regular hotel, but when I got into the room, it all of a sudden looks luxurious. So that is a really nice surprise. And yeah, everything looks really modern. When you enter the room, there's light music, and it's a nice subtle fragrance in here. You don't smell mold like you would at some smaller hotels that don't have windows. Some of the older hotels are like that. And there was a little fruit plate and a little welcome message from the general manager, which I thought was a nice touch. So this is very surprising to me because it's a city hotel. You don't really expect this kind of personal touch, so it was really nice to see that. This hotel has been around for a while, but they recently renovated, so that's why all the rooms look new and modern. For a junior suite, the bathroom is pretty small, but because the decor is light in colors with natural stones, it looks more spacious and chic. I love the rain shower, and it had really good water pressure. The only downside to this bathroom is the tight counter space. I had to remove most of the items on the counter to have space for my toiletries. So you can imagine with two people traveling how cramped that would be. A small feature they have that most hotels don't have is this phone charger. I also like the fact that they've got USB outlets throughout the room. If you happen to be staying during the public holidays like New Year's Eve or the Vietnamese Lunar New Year, National Day on September 2nd, this is a great spot to see fireworks. The next hotel we're going to look at is called La Siesta Premium Hang Bay. This is the top tier of the La Siesta hotel chain. This hotel was actually recommended to me, and I saw an article in the UK's independent travel section listing this hotel as one of the best hotels in the Old Quarter, so I was curious to find out for myself. When I entered the lobby, I was like, wow, I can see now why it's premium. It looks really impressive in terms of the design and the open space, and it just had a really luxurious feel about it. I was curious to see what a room with no window was like, so I booked the superior room with no window, which is their lowest category. There actually is a window, but it looks into the wall of another building. This room is 25 square meters, and surprisingly it looks spacious. It's because they give a lot more space for the bedroom area than the bathroom. The bathroom area is quite tight. The basin is actually outside, and there's not any counter space because they have the coffee and tea set up here. For one person, I think this is a good space, but for two people staying in this room, it can be cramped because there's just not much space to put your stuff. If you want a room with more light, you can book the next category up, which is the deluxe room with an outdoor view. The price is about $20 more for the same size, but there's a larger window and a separate counter for the coffee and tea, which makes a big difference in terms of additional space to put your things. The last hotel I want to show you is called the Flora Center Hotel and Spa, and this is a mid-range hotel, not premium like the previous hotels. I chose to stay here because many viewers wanted to see what a mid-range hotel was like. This is a very small hotel with 35 rooms, and you can tell from the outside the hotel is quite narrow, but it goes back pretty deep. Buildings like this tend to have no windows except for the street front rooms. I booked the deluxe room for $61 a night. It's 20 square meters, so this is actually the smallest room I stayed in compared to the previous hotels. Considering how small the room is, the bed was quite big, and it took up most of the space in the room, and as you can see, there's not much storage space. I had to open my suitcase on the floor because there's no bench to put it on, and the closet was too narrow. The bathroom was pretty small, and it had a bathtub with a shower head. Older hotels tend to have this kind of bathroom setup. This bathtub was high, so getting in and out was a bit dangerous, especially with the chance of slipping. Most of the rooms in this hotel have an internal window, which means it looks inside the hotel. The downside of this window is that it's not soundproof, so you hear everything from the hallway. If you want more space in the window looking outside, there's a junior suite with balcony, and it costs about $30 more. These are the rooms in the front with a large window. It's 30 square meters, so there's a lot more space, and it has a sofa and more shelf space in the room. If you're traveling two persons, I would recommend staying in a bigger room because there's just not enough space for your suitcase and belongings in the deluxe room. Most small hotels like this one don't have a restaurant, just a dining area where you have your breakfast. As you can see, it's a pretty simple setup with some hot foods, pastries, and fruits. So were these hotels worth the price I paid for? Well, let's first just say that I got some pretty good deals because I'm a Go to VIP member, so there's benefits like lower rates and free upgrades. The La Siesta Ma May was a steal. I made a last-minute booking and found a deluxe room for $55 a night, which is an extraordinary rate. That's actually lower than what I paid for at the Flora Hotel. As you saw, is a more basic hotel. And on top of that, I got an upgrade to a junior suite, which is 3 times the rate that I had paid for. So that definitely made my stay worth it. I found the Anatole and the Signature hotels have the best value because of their modern rooms, comfort level, personal touch, and facilities like the rooftop bar and pool, which not many hotels in Old Quarter have. I especially like the room setup at the Anatole, It had bigger closet space than most hotels and the spacious bathroom counter with drawers. When you're staying as two persons and there's probably 4 pieces of luggage, you're going to need the space in the room. Both hotels had a lot of natural light and good air conditioning, so the rooms always felt comfortable. I personally think the breakfast setup says a lot about a hotel, and both of them had an amazing buffet breakfast spread, so I would definitely book again at these two hotels. Did the La Siesta Premium Hanoi live up to the hype? I admit that the lobby did look impressive and the rooms did have a sleek modern design, but I felt this was more superficial. I personally didn't like the dark style decor since the hotel already lacked sufficient natural light due to its location. I thought the bathroom was too small. The buffet breakfast was okay but didn't have as many varieties as the Anatole and Signature hotels. Both of the La Siesta hotels had a rooftop bar, but neither had a pool. This is worth the price if the deluxe rooms are under $100, which is possible during low season. If their standard rooms are higher than $125, I think you can find a better option elsewhere. I know this is going to be a little biased because I stayed at more premium hotels, but the Flora Hotel was a big disappointment because the online pictures and reviews didn't match my experience in reality. There were things that you wouldn't know unless you stayed there, like the noise coming from the hallway, the bathroom being a little bit outdated, weak water pressure, and the room smelling a little moldy. This is not to say that all mid-range hotels are like this. You can actually get a nicer room at a similar price range, like at the Peridot Gallery Classic Hotel and Hamguk Dynasty Hotel, both of which I featured in my previous video. I would say a rate of no more than $50 is what I'd be willing to pay at Flora. Other than that, I don't think it's worth it. I hope the review of the 5 hotels were helpful to you in your travel planning to Hanoi. Thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe for Vietnam travel tips and local insights.